Hello everyone, it's Craig. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you to everyone who subscribed so far. I really appreciate it. This channel we talk about all things navigating and celebrating single life. So if this type of content interests you, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out. So with that being said, let's get started. Today I want to talk about this idea that people have that there's something wrong with them if they're single. And this is something that I felt before I really dove into this research and really realized all the benefits to being single and a lot of the things about being single that nobody really talks about. First off, let me answer the question and say no. There is nothing wrong with you for being single. I think that's really important just to say, and honestly to really internalize that it is okay to be single. A lot of times people want to tell you that if you're single, it's because you have unresolved trauma from your past, or you have attachment issues, or whatever it is that people say, and that's not the case for everybody. I mean, I'm sure it could be the case for some people, and especially I think if you really want a relationship and you can't find it, I think that there's definitely some work to see maybe if there's anything you're doing to get into your own way. But even in that regard, it could really be circumstantial. Just because you're single doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. So let's talk about a few reasons as to why the answer to this question is no. The first reason I say no is because there's a lot of meaningful relationships you can have in your life that aren't romantic. You can be very securely attached to those people. And interestingly enough, there has been a little bit of research done on with attachment theory in regards to single people and their attachment to meaningful relationships in their lives. And they are very securely attached. So this idea that single people have attachment issues is not true. So the second thing is, you don't have time or energy to devote to a relationship. A relationship romantically would take a lot of work, like a traditional romantic relationship. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of energy, and you might not want to put the time towards it. You might not be in a phase of your life that you want to put the time towards it, and that's okay. If you're working on your career, if you're going to graduate school, or if you're just like me where you just have so many outside interests and you have such a big social circle and really close friends that you want to dedicate a lot of time to, it's just not realistic to be able to try to fit a romantic relationship in there. Third thing is that you enjoy your solitude. And just because you're in a relationship doesn't necessarily mean you have to live with someone. Even if you're married, it doesn't mean you have to live with someone. Traditionally speaking, people do, and those people are suckers. I'm kidding. I like my alone time. I love living alone. I don't think I could ever live with somebody else. I always joke that if I did end up in a romantic relationship, the closest thing I could do was getting like a twinplex or a duplex or something, and I would live on one side and my partner would live on the other side. But even then, I think that might be too close. Living alone, I get to focus on the things that I really want to do without my concentration being focused in many different directions if I was living with somebody else. So I get to do a lot of things that people in a relationship might not have the time for, and my spirit feels so fulfilled living alone. I love it. It was definitely an adjustment. Like, I think even for someone like myself who's always enjoyed like having time to myself, it is an adjustment when you first move out on your own and live by yourself. But once you like adjust it to it and you find your groove, it's so wonderful. It's so peaceful. There's a lot of advantages to being single that people don't always talk about, whether it's having a really big social circle that married people might not always have. And this is generalized because I know some married people who have a good social outlet, but there's a lot of married people that I know that don't. Also, those who are single for a long period of time do really well on their own as they get older, whether they're widowed or whether it just depends on whatever life circumstances happen. But people who have been single for a long time are very self-sufficient, so they do very well being on their own as they get older. So I want to emphasize that being single is great, being partnered if you want that is great. They're both valid options. And just because society might tell you that being single isn't a valid option doesn't mean that there's anything to really support that. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If there's anything that I didn't mention in this video that you would like to talk about, please leave that below. And if there's anyone that you feel could benefit from this message, I would love it if you would share this video with them. That would help my channel out. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back here next time. Bye.